This week, on an all-new episode of Crazy Train of Thought, brought to you by the Idiot Savants. Join host Ryan Wolf, Pokèmaster Troy Osborn, Sam, and Colin Freakin Giffy for rants such as...
Please feed me.
Is this enough?
You stole a sandwich from Subway?
But more importantly, we need their money.
You kind of
Don't need to make money.
I have a cousin that works for Microsoft.
We're going off the rails on a crazy train of thought.
Check a look.
Sponsored by Game Fuel.
Welcome, everybody, to Crazy Train of Thought, brought to you by the Idiot Savants. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am your host, Ryan Wolf. We are live from Savant Studios. Joining me today, I have...
Pokèmaster Troy Osborn is back.
Troy Osborn joins us again.
Guess who's back?
Straight from Texas.
Back again.
Straight from the big,
Osborn's
giant
back.
state.
It is a big, giant state.
I'm glad I flew there, let me tell you. I've drove there before, and forget that.
Fuck that.
Away.
Good to have you back, Troy. Next.
It's a guy who doesn't own too many flannels for this time of year, basically. It's Sam.
Yeah?
Yeah, hi. I am due for a trip to Cabela's.
I think they sell flannels other places. My dad has a closet full of them. You can get them at Kohl's, at JCPenney's.
So your dad was the first option. When I was a closet full of them, Kohl's, like that was an option to get flannels.
I mean,
for him.
he probably wouldn't notice that there was any missing. There's so many.
No, there's so many. My dad almost exclusively wears flannels, like flannels and T-shirts with pockets.
Oh,
Just
those
a
are
single
cool.
breast pocket, Carhartt brand preferably.
Actually, you want to know something weird?
Yeah.
So, Patrick, you met Patrick before.
Yep, friend of the pod, Patrick.
Friend of the crew. So our friend group is part of like some sort of weird cult, I guess. We're a cult on our own. And so he made t-shirts with a little logo on them, and he has sponsors, a bunch of fake sponsors on the back, and it's like one of those pocket tees.
Nice.
And it's like Satire Industrial. It's a fake company name. It's like, and so we have company meetings, and we all wear our t-shirts to the company meetings.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty good.
But not
I like
enough
it.
flannels though.
No. Yeah.
Patrick, get on it.
Get more flannels.
Flannels.
Damn it,
Flannels.
Patrick. Let's go.
We need Crazy Train of Thought flannels.
All right, next.
Colin Freakin Giffy.
Colin Giffy's back on the pod.
Back on the pod.
Thank you for being here, Colin.
Welcome.
We're going to kick this bitch off with Sam played Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
What?
Like which one? There are so many.
The first one, The Sands of Time. Yeah.
Are they
Okay.
remastering it
That's
though?
not the first one.
I don't think it
Yeah, it
is.
absolutely is the
No.
first one. Okay, what's
There was
Sands
one
of Time is the first one.
There was one on the Atari, I believe.
Was it really?
Look it up, Troy.
Then you're probably right, because I was thinking like this game actually looks really good for like way back then, because this is a game that it's one of those mystery games you have like a faint memory of, you know, growing up on the
Yeah.
computer or something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like Randall's Pinball from Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Monsters Inc. Yeah. So I was playing this game, and I always remember I'd get stuck at this one part in the game. I always call my mom or my dad or like my brother, like, I'm at the axle part. Can you please help me solve this puzzle? And I got to the part where like I was like, shoot, am I ready for this? Here's to show how far I've grown as a man.
Right.
Freaking easiest thing
12
ever.
years later.
Oh man. This is the-
Excellent work, Sam.
yeah, I'm like 15% in the game now, and that was like 2% in the game was the axle part.
How many did they make?
They made
in that continuation. There's like 4, right?
So the first Prince of Persia was made in 1989.
Oh man.
Holy shit.
And that was on
That's a side scroller, right?
Well, it had to be the Atari, right? or the Nintendo. The
SNES. It was on SNES.
Yeah.
Turbo Graphics, Sega CD. Virgin Games made a port of it on Game Boy.
Oh, wow.
So just regular
Ooh.
games,
Yeah.
not Virgin games.
Then there was Shadow of Flame, or The Shadow and the Flame in 93. Prince of Persia 3D in 99.
That was my favorite.
Harem Adventures in 02. And then the
Harem
Sands of-
Adventures. What?
Then the Sands of Time.
And they made the
in
movie right
03.
after that. Just kidding, no. It was like 2010.
So Sands of Time was like way late in the game.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like the 6th game.
There's a Sands of Time remake coming in 2021.
Are you
Right.
serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, that
It
was
was just
announced.
announced.
That was announced at Ubisoft's press conference.
I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Pumped for that.
Well,
It looks
actually,
really good. Dude, they have like they could like showed the graphics from it and everything. It looks really good.
Ooh.
Really crisp.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. The game plays super well.
Really?
Yeah, it plays super
Not
well.
clunky.
Are you playing it on PC?
Yeah, I'm playing it with the way it was intended to play.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Fucking PC Master Race piece of shit.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. No, it plays super well, and it was like, this is Dark Souls before Dark Souls was even a thing. It really is.
Really?
It's a really good, like, it plays like, you got it's almost like Arkham City, Arkham Knight, or whatever, or, you know, whatever the Arkham games are.
Yeah.
Where you've got a bunch of enemies around you, and it's like Assassin's Creed, but it's not super easy. You know what I mean? Like, I actually died a few times, but no, the puzzles are really easy. It's almost like just following a straight path. It's not really anything to the puzzle so far.
Okay.
I'm only in the first quarter of the game, but it aged super well. I'm actually like kind of challenged.
I want to play.
Also, the game's hard. But
All right.
I played Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, and there's another one. So when I was playing GameCube, the Two Thrones came out, and I think there's a game before that came out, but I didn't get a chance to play that. Well, obviously, my sense of continuity is a little bit off here. Evidently. But after I played the Two Thrones on GameCube, and that game was super edgy. You have a dark side and a dark past.
Oh.
And your female lead dies like right in the beginning of the game. I was like, I remember you from Sands of...
Damn it, Sam.
Thanks.
Got fucking spoilers.
Dude, it's not even a spoiler. Get out of here.
Yeah, it was on the GameCube. If it's on GameCube,
Spoiler for Super Mario, the last level.
Did
Bowser...
anybody here make it to the last level in Super Mario?
Dude, the original one.
No way, I did not.
My
Those
great
are
grandfather.
hard.
Beat
Wait,
it without
Wiki?
dying.
No.
My great grandfather.
No.
Yes, he played it religiously, dude. He beat it
That's
without dying.
insane.
It is insane.
Family of
And also,
gamers. Colin Freakin Giffy.
Robbie,
Yeah.
he came on one day and I was like, yeah, I have Super Mario on the NES. He goes, I can beat it. I'm like, no, you cannot.
Right.
The first try, beat the game.
You're a liar.
I'm serious, dude.
You are a liar.
I
How
was
long would that
amazed.
take?
That's
That would take
crazy.
Doesn't
hours.
take no because you have world skips.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like level, like world 2, you have the world skip, and then
There's 2 or 3 different
there's
worlds.
2 or
to get.
3. Yeah,
What a madman.
yeah. He was pretty much a madman. Yeah,
Wow.
Robbie is a madman.
you could do a speed run on it if you wanted to. I've gotten close. I've never been able to do it. Yeah, I remember me and my brother made a bet one time. We were with kids and we were like, hey, if you first one to beat Super Mario, just beat it.
Right.
Has to do dishes for a whole month.
Oh man.
That's a pretty good bet.
We never beat it though. None of us beat it. So
Guess we don't have to do
kept
dishes.
taking turns. That's what you gotta do.
Mom! Gotta do the dishes.
I'm done with my PBJ.
It's like before you, like mom's like, go do the dishes. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go see if I'll die. And then play some Mario, and then you hear you scream. You can't swear in front of your parents. Son of a. I just got really lightheaded doing that. So
Yeah,
I stopped.
probably stop doing that.
My son just gets mad and yells at the screen. No.
I just get mad.
He
sound like my
mimics
roommate.
the things that I say while I play Call of Duty.
Right.
Well, no, lag.
I'm sure this is a simple...
Fucking hacking piece of shit.
I don't have to worry about neighbors yelling at me or anybody
Right,
yelling at me.
right.
I'll just scream at the top of my lungs.
Yeah.
My brother, Phil's always like, dude, you need to calm down. I'm like shaking with rage. Screaming does not help. I've noticed. It does not help me at all. I thought it would. No.
Yeah.
You just got to be quiet.
Does your room look like Beauty and the Beast, like Beast's room, where there's like tapestries like
Yeah,
torn?
dude, there is. Dude, I've tried so hard. Like, I almost
Colin
punched
just
the wall
hulked
one
the
time.
fuck out.
I'm pretty sure like I squeezed my mouse really hard. I'm like, one of these is going to break. Like,
Rachel,
Your mouse
I don't
is going-
know. Rachel smashes her mouse on her
Oh,
like
no.
glass top, and like that motherfucker's glass. And I'll be in there trying to sleep sometimes. She'll just be like, just smashing that shit.
You're like, hey, that glass isn't bulletproof.
many mice
She's like,
have you had to
"Find out
buy?"
if you are.
And like, I was like, we should move your stuff to the office.
it's a little, like a styrofoam.
Here it across the house.
Styrofoam
Yeah,
table.
Don't
exactly.
get her a nice, like, well-built mouse because
Yeah.
You
that'll
know-
go through the glass.
You know you're a gamer when you game inside a padded room.
one of those. Yeah, one of those. What are like those
Safe rooms
Safe
or
rooms.
whatever.
Yeah, there you
just
go.
game in
Panic
one of their-
room.
All you have is your computer, which is like the only thing you can break.
You're locked in here with you're locked in here with us. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
my air conditioning unit, because the back room where I have my office doesn't have a central air connected to the rest of the house because it's an extension of the house.
Yeah.
So like my AC unit sits right above my computer, so I can just push that shit out the window. I get real upset. Boom! Here it fall. Yeah, rain. Let's go.
Like that scene in Happy Gilmore when it falls on the lady.
Oh my gosh.
Help me, mister.
Dude, did you hear about this? The Rock.
Yeah.
Did you hear about
I
that?
did hear about this.
He posted on Instagram his gate.
Oh, yes,
just
I saw
freaking
the
ripped.
gate, yep.
And what happened was like for listeners, obviously Ryan knows, but he was on his way to go film Black Adam, and the power went out, and he was trying to override the hydraulics to open up a security gate, but he couldn't do it. So the dude freaking ripped it off with his bare hands, ripped off the security gate, threw it in the grass, and went to go film.
Random
He's like,
drug
I don't have time for this. Random drug test time. Yeah, he probably messed with the hydraulics. More like,
They're like, Rock, why didn't you hop over the fence?
yeah,
So, well, he had to get the whole
Call a
crew
cab.
there. He had to get the crew there. Like, he had to open the gate for the rest of the crew to come in. And he said in the post, because I read the post, he was like, when they sent the welding crew to come repair the gate, they couldn't believe that I did it with my hands. And like, yeah, I
like
bet they could.
separated steel from steel.
They had to weld steel back
Then-
together
yes.
because he broke the weld.
Yes.
Ryan Reynolds made a funny comment. He goes, "No, the gate opened the other way. Like, you have to push it."
Not bad. I think we got a little off topic there. We started out at Prince of Persia. We ended up with The Rock's Instagram.
Yeah.
So, Sam, you also celebrated, as you do every year, Hobbit
year.
Day. I don't
Yeah.
think we checked in with you last
was invited,
year.
but I didn't
I think it was a couple
Oh,
years
yeah, I
ago
saw that.
Sad.
we talked about Hobbit Day on the pod.
do you
So
get
you and
invited to
your
these things?
girly friend
Yeah.
celebrated Hobbit Day.
We should probably bring that up on the
Should
pod.
we?
Like,
Should
that's
we?
a thing.
I have a girlfriend.
Sam, yeah! all right!
Wait, who is it? Do I know this person?
Maybe.
Who? Just- you can cut this part.
She did go to probably the same school we went to.
Her name is...
It's not a she.
She's way hotter than she sounds. No, she's great. She's
Yeah.
really cool. She likes
Good.
Lord of the Rings like I do. So,
Excellent.
Which is a great plus.
You probably couldn't be with anybody that doesn't. Let's be completely honest.
I mean, have you ever seen? No, you're right. I was about to say, I was about to say Megan Fox, but I was like, did she like Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, like
That was the number one. Megan Fox, pretty hot, movie star, but Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
If that's not there, then there's no chemistry.
There's no chemistry. No.
So, Hobbit Day, how
Oh,
was
yeah,
it? What'd
sorry,
you do?
Hobbit Day.
What was it about?
So,
Hobbit Day is Martin Freeman's birthday,
was Liv
correct?
Tyler there?
close enough, honestly.
Close enough?
No, like my girlfriend went as Liv Tyler's character, Arwen, which was like, I was like, okay, so she got dressed up for the thing and she was freaking out about it because like I've been waiting for this day my whole life. And I was like, easy. even my mom and my sister were like, listen, it's just she was like, I can't wait for this thing. She's like, you know, this is just like a bonfire with like a volleyball net and there's just going to be booze and people like
Right.
running around. And she's like, I can't wait. And she actually, I remember like, she's like trying to make an entrance, but low key trying not to make an entrance. So like, she didn't
She
show me.
came in, spun.
Yeah, no, she didn't show me
Okay.
her costume at all.
Oh.
And I was like, all right. Like, I was actually
Wedding
waiting for her-
reception.
Yeah. I was waiting for her to come into the house so I could be like, oh, wow. And I actually practiced it as like, okay, so she's
Oh
going
my
to come in.
God.
I'm going to go, wow, that's so great. I love your costume.
You better hope she don't listen to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then she came in and I was like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. It was actually so great. Like, actually,
It looked good.
It was a 10 out of 10.
You showed us a
Excellent.
picture.
Yeah, she looked really nice.
Thank you. But
But you also dressed up, correct?
I did. I had like so I bought an Aragorn costume off of Walmart's sort of dealio, right? Have you ever done their pickup in the store?
I've
Big
not.
Pickup towers. Freaking crazy
cool.
sci-fi tech. I thought it was like in a like Call of Duty like lobby or something like that.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's like
lobby.
I don't
goes-
even know how they load it. How do they load it up?
So basically, you walk towards the doors go.
It's a hologram, Troy. It just teleports in when you buy the item online.
I'm
the
trying to be
internet.
scientific.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to be cinematic over here.
Go ahead.
So, anyways, the doors go open and go. No, they it's like. and you go up beep 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 beep, or you can put up your phone to the scanner, and like you hear it whirring, and inside it actually has a window into the tower, and you see this like big spinning thing happen, and then like you see your box go. And then out pops your package, and it's like poorly wrapped. No, and that's what happened. That day too was crazy. I forgot my money bag, and so I went up to go like pay for my Subway, and I'm like, I don't have any money.
Sam just carries around a money bag.
Apple Pay, baby.
No, she actually let me have the sandwich. And so I had my.
You stole a sandwich from Subway?
No. I tried. I was like, hey, I can't pay for this. Take it. She's like, no, take it. And I was like, no, I can't pay for this. Let me go check on my truck. Yeah, I can't pay for that. And she's like, take it. I was like, thank you so much.
I drove up to Taco Bell one time and did the same thing. I ordered food and I was like, I don't have any money. And she was like, do you have like any money? And I like reached in my center console, I had like $2.46. And my total was 5 something. And she was like, it's fine. Just give me that.
I was about to say, your total's 35.43.
That's when Sam goes to Taco Bell.
$2.
This is what I have. Please feed me.
Is this enough?
They're like, actually, that's like 100% markup on the food you just paid.
Right.
So you're fine.
Yeah.
No, I got my Aragorn costume and I tried it on and it was like, but like the boots. And the boots look really nice in the picture.
Okay.
Except they're not the boots in the package.
They're like the little foamy things that just go over the shoes.
Yeah, exactly. With like weird rope tied around it. So I went and I bought boots. I bought boots thinking they were regular boots. And they're like, everybody's like, nice cowboy boots. And I was like, no.
No, they're Aragorn boots.
Aragorn boots are like cowboy boots. And you bought cowboy boots. But no, so my girlfriend bought me a vest, a cool vest to wear. And like these had like shoulder pads. It looked all medieval. And she bought me leather braces on my arms, like with lace and everything. And it looked super cool. I felt really cool.
Is it okay if I put a picture in the video version? You want to send me a picture?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I felt really good about it.
That's awesome, man.
It was I smoked a pipe, I smoked a bunch of pipe out of tobacco.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
I have a Gandalf pipe at home. I've never smoked out of it.
It's honestly a treat. It's like great aroma and taste and everything. I was surprised, but I did a lot of that. I drank a lot of beer and I didn't dance too much. I didn't dance at all, actually.
I think I heard in the video, Sam, dance. I don't know how to dance from behind the camera.
excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, it was a great time. And honestly, it's always a treat every year.
Is it a local thing? Like you've talked about this on the pod, but like I never see anything about it. I have no idea when it is. It just every year it comes up on the pod. Sam went to Hobbit Day.
It's every year.
Like,
Is it just your group of friends that do it?
It's a friend circle, and they're super into Lord of the Rings since they were kids, and like they've been basically raised up on this, indoctrinated, you could say.
yeah, that's the right word.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean, it's good indoctrination. You should try it sometime.
It's a cult.
It's a good cult.
I do like the Hobbit movies. Those are good movies.
Yeah, you might have some. You might like the Lord of the
leave.
Rings movies. Then no. This is gateway drug. Let them have it.
A gateway drug.
Yeah, let them have the gateway drug.
All right.
No, it's a good time with a good circle of friends. And they invite a lot of people. And like the thing about so in Lord of the Rings, Ryan hasn't seen it, but Bilbo has this like really big birthday party. It's his 111th birthday. And he invites the entire Shire to come. And invites half the Shire to come, and the other half are showing up anyways, I think is the line in the movie. So yeah, it's like a really big party, and it's like just a good time. It's a great, solid party. There's no, it's just like, just good food.
So it's not a
lot of recorders.
Good food, good beer,
Yeah.
good pipe. I think they call it pipe weed in the movie.
Did you pass that around? Because that seems dangerous during a pandemic.
We had like 16 pipes. They were in like a big roulette circle. Yeah, a roulette circle.
Okay, so you spun the board and then whatever, like spin the bottle except pipes.
It's Corona roulette.
The pipe tobacco I buy is called Wilshire.
I think that's what it was.
Wilshire?
Yeah, I think it was. It's
I
good.
think it's pronounced Worcestershire.
It was the worst Shire. It was the best to Shire.
Worcestershire.
Oh, that's cool, man. I'm glad you had fun on Hobbit Day.
Solid time.
That's awesome.
Big,
and that
big
your
solid
girlfriend
fun time.
also enjoyed it too. That is
More than I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
crazy.
I wish I had friends like Sam's.
Do you?
You have a friend like
I mean,
you have a friend
you
like
got
I was
us.
invited.
What are we doing?
I'm just too cool for that. So.
Actually,
kidding.
the
I
only
love Lord
people
of the
that
Rings.
were invited here is Colin.
I was.
Bill was
invited.
there.
Okay, Phil is not here.
I mean,
That's half of the pod. I was
figured-
invited to this.
Yes.
just not Ryan and
not
not
Ryan.
Troy.
Yeah, we're not.
Specifically didn't send us invites.
No.
I mean, you wouldn't know anybody there.
You wouldn't. You don't even know Lord
Yeah,
of
I
the
wouldn't have
Rings.
known Colin or Phil or you. You're right. Yep.
Half the
There's
pod's
8
been
people there, 3 people there that I know. You wouldn't know anyone.
Yeah, half the
You wouldn't know anyone.
We get it. You don't like us. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I get it. I get it.
half the pod's been invited, and the other half is showing up anyway.
I mean, that's me. I just show up,
True.
but
yeah,
I didn't
There's
hear
no
about
problem
it.
with that.
Well, I think honestly, Troy, me, you, and Ryan should watch Lord of the Rings.
I would love to watch The Lord of the Rings.
Any objections? Good.
It's
All right, let's
okay,
move
all
on.
right,
Have fun, guys.
Fucking A. All right, let's get to some video games.
Yeah.
So, Colin, you pre-ordered an Xbox.
I pre-ordered an Xbox? Question mark?
Maybe.
I don't know. I went to get. Well, first off, I was on the app on Best Buy at 10:55 because
Right.
pre-order started at 11 Eastern.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, we're gonna do this thing.
Best Buy was terrible.
I kept refreshing the page.
Coming soon.
You know, hit 10:59, still refreshing, and then 11 o'clock hit, and then it just, I couldn't refresh no more.
right.
And it said error. I literally 11 o'clock. Like, it's literally right at the start. Like, why? Like, I get, like, if you're 2 minutes late, you're done.
Right.
I was on time.
Right.
So was I.
I was fine.
Me too.
Same.
Me too. I was there,
So
bro.
I had my Best Buy opened up on my phone, and I kind of gave up on that. So I opened GameStop on my phone, and then had like the wait line.
Yeah.
So, and then I went to Microsoft Store on my computer
Right.
at work.
That's where I was doing all
I
my
started going
pre-order
Microsoft.
trying.
Nope. Target. Nope. Walmart. Sold out. Cool. GameStop. Another wait list. Got 2
Yep.
GameStop wait lists going on.
I had when I finally gave up, I had tabs across 2 screens.
Nice.
You got to be quicker than that.
And then the line finally opened up on my phone for GameStop. And then I was like, okay, cool. So then it was like, okay, fill out your information, put my name in, whatever. And then it's like, oh, Citizen One is down right now, which is what you finance through.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, whatever. I keep
just buy
refreshing,
it.
keep refreshing. Finally, it works. It's like, okay, here you go. Put in your information, everything. But you're approved. Cool, you can now get it. And then I went to checkout, went to shipping, got all that done, chose the day of that it arrived at my house.
Right.
Pressed checkout. No confirmation came up, nothing. And then it just went back to the homepage, and I'm like, well,
Take your
did
money.
I get it? And then I refreshed GameStop. It said we're sold out. So I didn't know if I got it or not. And then I went to GameStop's page, and they said, yeah, some people aren't getting confirmations in the email. We're having trouble working on this. So I'm like, I don't know if I got it or not. Like, I really don't.
I would
like
take that
if you
in
saw
good
the
faith that you
confirmation.
got it.
They're like, if you saw the confirmation number, then you got it. I was like, I don't know if I did or not. I don't remember. I
Right.
was just going fast.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta get through this thing.
Yeah.
Did I get it? Yeah. I
so
mean,
I-
you've spent 45 minutes
Yes,
fucking
that's what I'm
tap,
saying.
tap, tap, tap,
It was
tap, tap.
10:45 by the time I was done.
I had it in my cart at Target. And then finally got where it was like, okay, put in your information, everything's good. And then like somebody would walk in the room, so I had to minimize. Minimize.
My manager came in. I was just like, yeah, what's up? whatever you want me to do right now. This is more important. So I'm on a video game podcast that I get paid a lot more than this job on. You can fire me. I don't care. It's fine.
I mean, everybody else that walked in, I was like, no, I can't talk right now. Busy.
Right.
Xbox stuff. Be right back. It was lunchtime.
Yeah.
So I'm going through. I try the Target thing, and then it's like, where'd it go? And then I finally get it back, and it's in my cart. And then I added my card, and then it was like, hey, you need to add your security code on your card. Add
Right.
code in, save and check out, or save and continue.
Right.
Card's already added. You don't need to add your card anymore. Okay, then let me check out. No, you need your code, your security code. It's right there. So I went back and forth, and I was like,
Back to the other page.
I was like, refresh. Well, sold out. Fuck.
Yeah.
So GameStop, nope.
Yep.
I think I had it in my cart once somewhere else too. I think it was Walmart.
This is like
and it
at
was the same thing where it was like, oh, put in your information. And then I got all the way to the end. It was like, oh, sorry, we're sold out. Well, but I had it right there in my cart. Where'd it go?
Right now as we speak.
Microsoft gave me an order number and I could not check out. So like I still have the page on my computer. Because when I was doing it earlier, so I was also took lunch at 11. I started a new job on Monday. So yesterday, he was like, yeah, I think we'll take lunch tomorrow at 11. And I'm like, well, that's a good time to take lunch.
Very good.
That is exactly the time that I need to be on lunch. And he's like, what are you talking about? So I told him about the Xbox and stuff like that. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, we can even go a little bit earlier if you want to make sure you're, like ready.
Deal.
I'm like, yeah, all right, that sounds good. So again, 10:45 rolls around.
Yeah.
Like, I got a few minutes here. I don't have to be right now going to lunch because we were doing stuff. So at 10:57, I officially left the building for lunch. And I walked over to Subway because I'm really close to a Subway.
Yeah.
I'm like, they'll have free Wi-Fi. I can just get on their Wi-Fi.
You got free sandwiches
Nope.
too.
Didn't have free. They didn't have free Wi-Fi. I've got garbage fucking service. So I'm walking around outside of the Subway, haven't ordered any food, just holding my phone up in the air, trying to get enough service for these fucking web pages
hear
to
me now?
load. Exactly. So probably I did that for about 15 minutes. So it's about 11:15 at this time. I got to be back at 11:30. I got to go back to work.
Yep.
And I got Best Buy to load. I got Target to load. I got the Xbox store to load. I got to the buy page on Best Buy and it wouldn't check out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got to the add to cart page on Target and it would add it to the cart. I'd go to my cart, nothing in my cart.
No, you got with
Exactly.
the
That's what happened to
Target,
me, yep.
You literally had to spam the button until it said,
But,
hey, you've put too many of these in your
didn't-
cart.
That's what happened.
I didn't have enough
It happened to me,
service.
but then I went there and it didn't work.
Yep.
I still didn't see it.
That's when mine finally was like, hey,
crazy.
no, it's already in the cart.
That's what
Check
I
your
did
cart.
for the PS5, and that's how I got the PS5 to pre-order, but
Yeah.
I was here
Yeah.
on the really fast internet,
Yeah.
not on my fucking mobile phone internet. So
My internet
I get,
at work is not fast.
I get my sandwich, I eat my sandwich, go back to work, and they're like, now both of my bosses are in there. They're like, hey, did you get your Xbox pre-ordered? I'm like, nah, it wouldn't fucking work. My wife is working on it. She's on official ass internet, not mobile internet. And I'll see if she gets one, but it's not a huge deal. I wanted one, but it's okay. And my new boss is like, well, you want to use my phone? I'm like,
What?
well, I'll give it a try. So I'm supposed to be working right now. They're technically paying me. I'm using my boss's phone to order an Xbox. It was very nice of him to let me use his phone. It didn't end up working. It did load better on Verizon than I have T-Mobile. It did load better on Verizon, but I still couldn't manage it. On his phone, I'm going straight to the source. I'm going to Xbox.com. I'm going to Microsoft's website, order this shit.
Those websites wouldn't even load.
I got it. I mean, by this time it's 11:45, right? It's plenty of people have already bought theirs and been through. So I did get it to load, and that's when I got my order number to go through, and I was already logged into my Microsoft account, so it's still there.
Yeah.
And it just literally won't let me buy it. And I was on Twitter scrolling through and seeing how have other people managed to do this? They fucking haven't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there was probably about 10,000 consoles to pre-order, because scrolling through Twitter, what I saw was a lot of pictures of signs on GameStop front doors telling people how many they had of each
Yeah, it's just
console.
2.
Yeah. One Xbox Series X for the entire GameStop, and then 2 S's or 7 and 3.
It was most
and
most of it was the S's, there's 3, and then the X's, there's 8.
Yeah. And it was all single digits.
Yes.
All the posts that I saw on Twitter, and there was a lot of them.
Yeah.
Of people posting of pictures of
I'm gonna
GameStop
go
pictures.
to our local stores and try, because I feel like there's not as many people around here that would go to every store.
Maybe. I mean, you can give it a shot. You're welcome to give it a shot. But
I'm going to, because I want one.
But I did not get my pre-order to go through. It sounds like Colin maybe is one of the few that did get it to
don't
work.
even know.
But there was a lot of people bitching about it on Twitter. And a lot of people were saying, oh, this is just as bad as the PS5 launch. And it totally is.
Yeah.
Because at least with the PS5, it was technically a staggered launch. So you didn't have 7 million people going to the same site at the same time trying to pre-order it. You had the people who saw that it was up for pre-ordering it.
Yes.
So like my chances were skewed to getting the PS5 more than the Xbox because Microsoft came out and were like, yeah, fucking PS5 handle this like garbage. Look at Sony's piece of shit, letting these other assholes, sneak this in behind you guys. We're going to set an official time and an official date. Like, what a worse way to do it. That's a way worse way to do it. It's not like those companies are any more prepared right now than they were fucking last week when the PS5 went live. Like, that's even more people jumping out of the gate to get the console.
All of us were sitting at a webpage.
Right.
Waiting at
and Rachel
11.
too. Like Rachel spent 45 minutes of her day trying to pre-order it for me and never got through.
I was at least 2 hours.
Fuck off.
At least 2 hours. I was like, okay, I'll try this one. And I'll go back to work for a second because I'm working on the computer today anyways. So I'll get a little further into my lesson that I'm trying to learn, this programming thing.
Yeah.
Pause. Go through the webpage for a second. Click, 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 click. Nope. Refresh. No.
Yeah.
So
Okay, we're out.
That's all I got.
what this reminds me of is like Black Friday. But what happened to you, Troy, is you're shopping and you've got the thing in your cart and you turn around real quick and it's out of your cart. Someone took it out of your cart.
It happened at least 3 times.
You've got it in your hands. You're running towards the front and you just get trampled. Somebody takes your shit.
Somebody stiff arms me.
Yep.
And then what happened to Ryan is he's trying to get to the store, but people are putting up roadblocks. So people are putting up road cones so he wouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
No, we can't get here. Sorry. This area is restricted.
And it might have been us because you have too many Xboxes and this was an intervention.
No. God damn you guys. Fuck all of you. This is bullshit.
We called your boss. He was an undercover boss.
Oh.
He said no more Xboxes.
So this story ends with me signing up for a year of Sam's Club because they said that they got some in. And so I signed up for a year of Sam's Club for $45. I get to the page, I add it to my cart. It doesn't let me buy it.
Nope.
And like click, just kept refreshing. Like, well, I got to get ready for the pod. I got stuff to do. So I came back to it a little bit later, sold out.
Yeah.
So now my $45 fucking Sam's Club card is just useless money. Like, I hope I can cancel that and get that money back because this is bullshit. I couldn't buy what I wanted to buy anyways.
Did you do it? Yeah. What'd it cost? Like a big bulk-sized Jiffy peanut butter.
I can buy bulk anything whenever I want now.
We already got a Costco membership. I don't also need Sam's Club. Fuck, they closed the closest one.
Yeah, they did.
So yeah, that was all garbage, and really terrible. And I kind of fault Microsoft here. Like,
I do.
You should have done some sort of staggered rollout. Like, I realize people wanted to buy this thing all at one time, and I'm sure there are a million bots going to buy this shit too, because that's what we dealt with on the PS5.
Oh, yeah.
And Cyberpunk Xbox sold out in like 20 minutes.
They're virtual copies. How does that even work?
No, the console, the limited edition console for Cyberpunk.
I was about to say, how did they run out of games?
No, they still got games available.
Yeah.
But like, they should have done some sort of staggered rollout. And they did come out on Twitter and they were like, oh, this is crazy. How many people wanted Xbox consoles? Yeah. Look for some more towards launch.
You didn't prep.
And I'm like, what? That's months away from now. Like, this is it? Like, you already sold through the 10,000 fucking consoles you made, you fucking assholes? At least Sony came out and said how many that they are going to have by launch. They said 11 million. That's how many is our, well, I think his launch window technically was 11 million, which is like 3 months. But that seems like more than Microsoft is probably making, because the PS5 or PS4 has outsold the Xbox One 2-1. So if you figure Sony has sold 100 million PS5s or PS4s, let's say. So Xbox sold 50 million. If Sony's making 11 million PS5s, then Microsoft could be making half that? Like,
Well,
could that math?
It's not a quantity
we
over
use that?
quality thing. I mean, eventually they'll sell that many Xboxes. It's just like initially, I guess, right? So
Well,
not
for sure with this.
Well, that's the thing with launches too, is this is when they're losing like they lose money on the consoles at launch.
Right.
Really?
When tech gets cheaper is when they start making money back.
Yep.
They're losing money no matter what right now.
Oh, at launch.
Everybody
Yeah,
except
yes.
Nintendo, like Sony and Microsoft, sell their consoles at a loss.
Because it's cutting edge tech right
Yes.
now, and
Yes.
it's
Right.
put into a box that they have to sell at an affordable price.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right. Okay. I sort of understand that.
And that's why that $299 thing is like
It's crazy. That $299 Xbox is
Yeah,
crazy.
it's insane.
Yep. But I didn't even get one of those.
nope. I tried. I was like, I don't even care.
why
at
not?
this
Yeah,
point.
at this
Why
point,
not?
I'll just buy that too. Whatever. I could use another Xbox that works on my TV in my bedroom.
I'm sure we'll see some more pre-orders toward launch, though.
Whatever. I hope so. I hope we do see some more. but,
I still need to know. Like it says, within 48 hours, you should be updated. So
I
if
really,
I don't see it within the next 2 days. I'm assuming I didn't get it.
I really hope that by November, when this is released, we are out of this COVID pandemic thing, at least somewhat, because I would really like to have some sort of a midnight launch thing, whether it be just us,
Right.
Or
That'd be
I
cool.
want
Right.
to go somewhere. When I did that with my Xbox One, it was just awesome.
Right.
Like I think I called you because you
Yeah.
had yours already.
Yeah.
And I called you on when I was in line at GameStop, and I went home and it downloaded forever, and then I finally got to play it like 4 a.m. But that was like the coolest thing was the midnight launch thing for me is like
It's cool.
the pinnacle of being a gamer.
It's got
like
an atmosphere. You're
Yes.
not on
Yes.
the web page.
yes. So I'm hoping that I can get it from a brick and mortar, if
Not
possible.
a GameStop, apparently.
Well, I think GameStop is actually going to be the easiest place to get it brick and mortar.
Right.
Honestly, because everybody else is like, oh, just order it on the webpage.
Best Buy is pretty good.
But I think they're going to make you go through the webpage.
Well, I mean, if you
I don't
get
think
it,
the physical stores are even going to have them.
if you get it
probably
at
true.
GameStop, if literally one person has the same idea as you won't get it because apparently there's only one there.
Yeah, I agree. But I've done that before with other things where they were like, well, there's only this many right now, but by the time launch window comes,
Right.
they're going to have plenty, I think. Like if we go to the store on the night of and be like, I want to buy this, I know of one Meijer that's really close to us that nobody ever buys video games from.
Well, they're not selling electronics anymore.
Yes,
they're
they
like clearancing out their TVs.
Oh, they always have game systems.
Well, we'll see. I mean, for real, they're
Yeah.
like getting rid of their TVs and
Yeah.
shit. That electronics section is like half the size it was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
From what I've experienced, that Meijer that's close to us is the place. If something is hard to find in electronics tech industry, you just go to that one that's
It's on clearance because nobody fucking bought it there.
I've literally bought
Xbox One X clearance.
amiibos that are like hard to find. I didn't buy them, but I saw them. They're like on clearance.
Yeah.
Because they're looking for canned beans, not like freaking like the Urukai amiibo.
Exactly. It's just cool that I know a place that no matter what, there should be at least one there.
All right, let's take a break here. We're going to be right back with some news. Welcome back from break, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking with us here. News dropped recently. Microsoft bought Bethesda.
Dude,
Why?
Microsoft freaking
What?
bought Bethesda.
No, they bought
Zenimax Media. I'm sorry, yes.
which is bigger.
Microsoft bought
Then-
the entirety of Bethesda, which is ZeniMax Media, for $7.5 billion in cash. Just had that sitting around.
Have you
Is it worth the exclusives?
Yes.
The next Elder Scrolls?
Well, let's talk
Fallout.
about that.
I don't
How
think
about
they're
we talk about that.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
Have you guys played that game Agario.io where
Yeah.
you got the balls and they're
Yeah.
like getting bigger as they eat other things?
I thought that was Katamari.
It might be Katamari.
There's a lot of games
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
basically, you've got Disney in this corner, you've got Microsoft in this corner, and then you've got like McDonald's in this
Amazon.
corner.
You got Sony.
Amazon
Amazon
in this
is up
corner.
there.
And they're
Sony's
just
in there.
freaking eating everything, and eventually they'll eat each other, and then they'll form their own country.
They already have
the
their own
government
country.
literally
It's
has to
called the
prevent
US.
monopolies though. Like there's legally
Dude,
at
they'll
some
freaking
point
buy them.
the government's going to intervene and be
mean,
like, "Hey, you
are
guys
they,
literally
though?
cannot merge."
They're like,
Are they though?
Dude, Apple and Android, if they decided to merge,
No,
monopoly.
for sure. Obviously, I mean, iPhone you could argue that Apple has a monopoly already.
Yeah, true. But if they merged with Android,
No,
that
you're-
is a literal monopoly.
literally, they'd be like,
I mean-
the government would be like, hey, don't do that. And they're like, how much are you in debt right now?
Yeah.
How about a little something?
That
to
is
take-
exactly how it
The
works.
U.S.
Thank you,
is
Sam.
in more debt than like
It's so bad.
anybody has money. Like
That's
in
not
the
what
US.
we're here
Like,
to
literally.
talk about, though.
No, we're talking about Bethesda being bought by
there's
Microsoft.
a U.S. debt calculator online or thing online. Let's just see the
Do I
live
wanna
U.S.
see
debt.
that, though?
I don't think you should. It's a real disappointing thing to look at. How do you want to ruin your mood? Look at that. It's a website.
Actually, it looks better against student loans and everything like that. So
It does.
At
More
least
money
I'm
than
not
you can
that
count.
bad.
More money than you can count. Like, what is that number called?
Okay, so Microsoft buys Zenimax Media, $7.5 billion.
they're going to be war
So-
never changes. You see Master Chief's Halo helmet go on top.
So that encompasses like 8 game studios. It's Arcane, it's Tango Gameworks, Bethesda Softworks, id, right? So they've got all the IP because Bethesda owns all their IP as well.
Yes.
So Fallout, Doom, Quake, Rage, like these are all
Elder
Microsoft
Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls. That's all Microsoft's properties now.
I don't know. That's basically a monopoly now.
I might like it better, honestly.
So I actually looked this up to see why it wasn't a monopoly.
Yeah.
Or why it was, if it is a monopoly. So there's a difference between vertically structured integrations and horizontally
Yep.
structured
Yep.
integrations. So that's the
Vertically.
primary difference.
Yeah.
The Microsoft acquisition is a vertical structured integration because Microsoft is not a content provider. They are a producer.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
I get what you're saying.
So that's the difference is like Bethesda's games are on Microsoft's
Yeah,
platform.
they can't merge with Sony.
Right.
That's a monopoly.
Right.
Like if it's like you said, like publishers and things like that, they can purchase those because
Right.
it's a vertical. It's directly under them. It's not even with them. They're not making consoles. They're not
Yes. exactly.
making products like
They
Microsoft
weren't
is.
competitors in the first
Yeah,
place.
exactly.
Yep.
They actually teamed up on a lot of stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there was a
Always
nice,
been-
really nice post by Pete Hines on Bethesda's website, and Phil Spencer had a nice post on the Xbox website too, on Xbox Wire. But both of them read very similarly. I read both of them, and it was basically like, we have been in business with each other since the Windows PC.
Yeah.
Like we made our first
Yeah,
game
Doom.
for Windows PCs.
Doom is like the
exactly.
biggest one. Yeah.
And like the first Elder Scrolls game, the first Western RPG to come to consoles was Morrowind.
Yeah.
On the original Xbox.
Yeah.
And then Oblivion was a launch game for the 360 that they built from the ground up for controller controls.
Yeah.
And then they talked about, some of the stuff with like partnering on Doom and being on Game Pass because a lot of their games were already on Game Pass. And like this from, Bethesda's point of view and from Microsoft's point of view just makes sense. Like Bethesda wants to make games that are accessible to more people.
Yeah.
And Microsoft can give them the power to do that. They can work and integrate with xCloud, well, the game streaming stuff a little bit more closely. They'll have direct access to the fundamentals of how the Xboxes are built, how DirectX works on PCs, like all that stuff. They'll have access to all of those internals that Microsoft wouldn't necessarily
they could
feed
basically
those.
affect how these things are built.
And for sure, that is even what Phil
Yeah.
Spencer said in his post was like, we're bringing them on not just because they have a whole slew of games that we love to play and we think are really, really good games and they're a talented team. We need their input for building our Xbox for the next generation. Like, we need their
Input.
expertise
Yeah.
for this stuff.
But more importantly, we need their money.
For them to fix Halo.
Yeah.
I think
Honestly,
Bethesda would do a really good job of that.
Can you imagine Halo, like id making Halo?
Oh my
Dude.
Fuck off. That is my dream.
That would be amazing.
Fire everybody at 343.
Yeah, for real.
Put it in id's hands. God damn.
So with this Microsoft news, I did have a really important thing happen while I was in Texas.
Okay.
I found out by having dinner with this person that my wife's cousin works in the Microsoft for the cloud.
That's badass.
I have a cousin that works for Microsoft.
You know
right.
Microsoft?
We're getting,
Microsoft. I work for Microsoft.
we're gonna get him on the pod, Troy.
Her.
Yeah,
Her on the
you're
pod,
You're gonna
Troy.
be that guy in Call of Duty. Yeah, my cousin works for Microsoft. You can take down your account.
It's my uncle at Nintendo.
Yeah.
I have
exactly.
a cousin at Microsoft.
Exactly.
Then when they call you
So
on bluff,
I
do it.
called. I was like, so you gonna help me with this pre-order next week? She's
Right.
like, oh, is there a pre-order coming?
Oh, Christ almighty. Does she work on Azure or does she work on game streaming?
I think she works for Azure, but
Okay.
she worked for what sounded like the Microsoft Store before.
Okay, right.
When that disappeared.
When they integrated almost all of those employees.
She said every employee, no employee lost a job.
That's amazing.
They just
I should have fucking worked at it. God damn it.
So down the street from my aunt's house, my wife's aunt's house, is the cloud. Literally in San Antonio, Texas.
That's
is,
awesome.
Is a big branch of the cloud, which
Right.
I knew there was computer servers in this one
They have
building.
a big ass data center there,
Yes,
right? Yeah.
Yes.
it's just
But just by driving by, you know that's what that building is, because
Right.
it's literally a building, like a factory-looking building, but huge, and then it's literally surrounded and covered with AC units.
Wow.
yeah, you hardly notice
smokestack.
You hardly.
Yeah, 'cause you
smokestacks
drive
coming off
by
the side.
and your car starts to melt, and you're like, you wouldn't know otherwise.
I mean, no, it's just the Texas heat.
yeah, it's a Texas heat.
So I talked to her about a bunch of nerdy things, while all the people that were down there around us don't know anything nerdy.
That's cool.
And that was kind of cool. Which I don't even remember what her name is.
You should probably find that out at least.
We also have sad news of her grandma passed while we were down there, which was a good thing. The baby got to meet her great grandma. Great grandma got to meet the baby.
Yeah.
So it was happy.
Yeah.
And it was time, but so there's more family stuff gonna happen soon.
Okay.
And this is your
hook up.
in.
It's my in. Exactly.
Ask her to help you pre-order an
part
Xbox.
of the Microsoft family now.
Way to
Excellent.
capitalize on tragedy.
Basically, no Phil Spencer. Basically, no Phil Spencer.
I
at this point.
basically am related to Phil Spencer.
Um,
He always says it's the Xbox family. So
So I've been reading a bunch of articles on this.
Yeah.
GameSpot has actually put up a bunch of really well-written and well-researched articles here regarding this exclusivity stuff, and it's like, is Microsoft going to? Is my first thought when I read this news, and I texted you guys in the group chat. I'm like, there's 2 PS5 exclusives that are Bethesda games coming out like this year.
Yeah.
What the
Like,
fuck is happening there?
in a new relationship, but like you're still friends. With
Right. It's Tango Gameworks is making Ghostwire Tokyo, and then the other one is Arcane is making Deathloop is the
Yeah.
other, and then so those were both on the PS5 stage, like
Yeah.
they were talked about and touted as Sony exclusives. And Phil Spencer came out and said, we will honor all existing deals with current gaming publishers and platforms. So
They're still
Microsoft is
exclusive.
going to let this ride. Like,
yeah.
fuck.
But I mean,
that's kind of like they would have the power to back out of those deals. There's no way that there's not a price on backing out of that deal.
yeah.
What a bro move.
But
Yeah,
that's
kind of
just how Microsoft. I feel. There's other people on the pod that don't feel that how I feel about Microsoft.
Philip is not here right now.
So it doesn't matter. But I feel like Microsoft is trying to be as friendly as possible.
sure. Gamer friendly
Gamer
as possible.
friendly as
let's say.
possible. And no matter what games, I mean, they've been saying it. Phil has been saying it forever.
Right.
We're bringing the games to the gamers. No matter where you are, what you're doing, what you're playing on, you're gonna play Xbox.
Colin, I like how this would never be a problem with Steam. Like, do you think like the guy that's in charge of Steam is like, you just bring it up to him? He's like, hey, there's an exclusive, or like people are playing this game, or it's on PlayStation and it's also on Steam, and he's like, so why would anybody buy a PlayStation when they could just buy a PC?
Well, so this could go the other way though. Like the Epic Game Store is locking down PC exclusives every day.
What?
So there are a lot of games that are coming exclusively to the Epic Game Store, and many of them are timed exclusives. But this is the same way with the Sony Microsoft thing. Like those Bethesda games will come to Microsoft's platform, but they're just not right now. Usually exclusivity deals are around a year.
Yeah.
For most games.
Oh no.
So
this better not happen. It better not be Microsoft's like, you know, you're only going to release Elder Scrolls 6.
Well, you'll be able to play it anyways, Sam, because you just sign up for Game Pass. You can play it on PC. You don't need to buy an Xbox, which is what Colin brought up to me a couple of days ago. He texted me personally and he was like, hey, man, I might not buy an Xbox. And I was like, that's cool. Like, you have a gaming PC. What do you need an Xbox for?
Yeah, if you have Windows, I mean, Microsoft's already like in your computer.
Yeah, for sure. You already have access to Game Pass on PC. You can play all the first-party titles. Buy a PS5. You don't need an Xbox.
Yep.
It's okay.
Buy a microwave. Don't buy a PS5.
Yeah, I think Mike is buying a PlayStation because he's like, I don't need an Xbox. I have a PC.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Like, what is only exclusive to the console that I cannot play on PC?
There is nothing.
Yeah.
No. So but going back to the GameSpot article here. So according to this article, they Satya Nadella and Phil Spencer have both been all over the news talking about this stuff. But this particular quote is from Satya Nadella. So he was asked specifically by CNET if Microsoft would be interested in picking up any more developers. And he is quoted as saying, "We'll always look for places where there is a commonality of purpose, mission, and culture. We will always look to grow inorganically where it makes sense." So they're willing to buy even more studios should it make sense, business sense for what they want to do. Now, in the last 6 years, Microsoft has spent $10 billion on game studios. And 7.5 of that is all 8 of Bethesda's studios, all 8 of Zenimax studios.
Crunch.
So I think the coolest part is that they also get the IP.
Yeah.
Like the Fallout IP has been around in gaming forever. Like Quake and Doom, like you were just saying, like these are staples of video games that are like the video game landscape would be much different without them. Even Elder Scrolls that hasn't quite been around as long, but like huge effect on open world games.
Yeah.
You cannot argue against that. But another thought I had was like, okay, now Microsoft technically owns Fallout.
Yeah.
And they also own Obsidian. Will we get a New Vegas 2?
Ooh.
Fallout New Vegas 2.
This was the plan all along.
Microsoft legitimately can make that happen now.
Here's what happened, right?
Tell
Whatever
me.
his name, Microsoft, what's his name?
Phil Spencer.
Bill Spencer.
No, the guy that owns Microsoft.
Satya Nadella is the CEO of Microsoft.
Oh, well, I thought it was Bill Gates.
Okay, sure.
Anyways, Bill Gates.
Sure, yeah, Bill Gates.
He technically doesn't do anything there anymore. I don't think
he doesn't.
He's playing Fallout New Vegas, and he's like, "This is really great. I can't wait for the sequel." And then they're like, "Actually, sir, there is no sequel. There never will be a sequel." And he's like, "Make it happen. I don't care how much money you guys spend.
Make it happen.
Buy Obsidian, and then like a couple months, like, just so nobody realizes, buy the other, Bethesda or whatever their name is, and then just put those two together, and we get Fallout New Vegas 2. Just let me know when it happens, and just leave it out on the doorstep."
Doorstep.
So, Obsidian is already working on, like, they created the Outer Worlds because they couldn't work in the Fallout universe again. Like, they are very much, they're not the same. I think the Outer Worlds is funnier than Fallout is, but, like, that's the reason that exists.
Yeah.
It's a dystopian space game because they couldn't work in Fallout. They are creating Avowed because they, like, that is a direct competitor to Skyrim. Like, now Microsoft owns both of those properties. And, like, I don't know how that's going to go. Like, Avowed is a direct competitor to what Bethesda, like, Elder Scrolls 6 and Avowed will be competing for the same market. Like,
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
It's going to be some sassy board meetings.
Yeah, maybe. So one of the weird things about this deal is that Bethesda has said that they are going to continue publishing their own games.
Yeah.
So like Microsoft is a game publisher. That's the reason they own the game studios. But
It won't-
could the Bethesda stuff stay separately from the studios that Microsoft currently owns?
Yeah.
Did they just take
It's like,
a slice
does
of the cake?
Bethesda still exist as Bethesda Softworks, the game publisher? And do their games stay multi-platform?
I think they do. I really
Okay.
do. Because the simple fact that they've done so well as a multi-platform thing. Okay, so you make it exclusive, and so you get like a few more Xbox sales,
Right.
whatever that number is. But then there's the other people that are just pissed off. Well, I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
This is where
Well,
I
fuck you
stay.
then.
Yes.
Yep.
I stay here. I'm not gonna play your game, so you don't get the money for the game. You don't get the money for the console. You're out all the money. So if you sell it to everybody,
Okay.
you get everybody's money.
So my counterpoint to that would be you bring them to Game Pass.
Yep.
They're on Game Pass on PC. They're Game Pass on Android phones. They're working on iPhone. Haven't put that through yet. So
Oh boy.
Oh, insider news. It's gonna be a while.
Basically said it won't happen.
Her exact words. It's gonna be a while.
that's bullshit. Fucking bullshit.
iOS.
But anyways, so like you put them on Game Pass. If I had only a PS5, I could play these games on my phone.
Yeah.
Just sign up for Game Pass. I can Bluetooth a PS5 controller
Yeah.
to my phone if I want to and play them on Game Pass. Like, why not just do that? Like,
mean,
do you think that
the
could be a
AC
Microsoft
bill-
play to get people in?
I
The
think
AC bill at the cloud is getting really expensive. and it's all your fault.
it's
I
at least a
honestly-
little bit my fault.
I honestly think they will put. All these games will be on Game Pass
For sure.
It's
They've
guaranteed.
said that for sure.
Guaranteed. Everything from Bethesda, all of it is going to be on.
They
Game
talked about Starfield,
Yeah.
and Elder Scrolls 6 both come into Game Pass. You don't
So,
have to buy those games, Sam.
Those games are on Game Pass, right? But there's still the people that aren't going to buy Game Pass. They can still just buy the physical copy of the game or the digital copy for their system wherever they're at, and you still get their money. You get $60 out of them at a pop.
How about this?
70.
Well,
actually.
it'd probably be, they said that they were sticking with 60. We'll see if that holds.
Yeah.
So what about this? What about like a Game Pass exclusivity window?
I think
like,
that-
like play it a week early on
Sea of
Xbox
Thieves.
Game Pass.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves already
probably,
did
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Did they?
Yes.
Well, Sea of Thieves is now on Steam.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was exclusive to
Instead of
Xbox
it in
and
Microsoft.
you couldn't even buy the game. You had to.
You could buy the game.
I thought at the beginning,
could-
was it only on Game Pass?
No, you could buy it. Just Game Pass or
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I was doing. I was like, you guys can either buy it or get a month trial just
Right.
to see if you'd enjoy
Yeah.
it. That's what I was telling people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're like, heck yeah, I'm gonna keep Game Pass now. That was a lot of reasons how I got my friends into Game Pass
Yeah.
was Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Because I was like, just try it out, get the month, see if you like it. And we kept playing, and they got Game Pass, and they still have it. So
Do you work for Microsoft?
apparently I do. So
We all do, actually.
you guys are looking to hire somebody. Marketing.
So another good article that GameSpot put up was they made they called out the fact that the original Xbox, the OG Xbox, and the 360 were kind of known as the place to play RPGs.
Yeah.
And they got away from that in the Xbox One generation. And I kind of forgot about this. It's really cool that they put up this article.
Fable.
'Cause I didn't forget about Fable, but like I forgot that Mass Effect, the original Mass Effect, was an Xbox exclusive.
Yes.
And it didn't come to PlayStation until like 4 years later. And then when Mass Effect 2 launched, that was a timed exclusive for Xbox as well. And I think by the time 3 came around, they were trying to get away from that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So 3 came to everything. But like Mass Effect's a huge one. We already talked about Elder Scrolls, Morrowind, and Oblivion both being really integral in the Xbox success. But Jade Empire, KOTOR 2, those were Xbox exclusives. All 3 of those.
Yeah.
Fable, because that was Lionhead that made Fable. That's Xbox Studio. And like, holy shit, those are all really good RPGs, Western RPGs that people love.
Yep.
And like, by the time the Xbox One rolled around, it was like, well, you got the Kinect. That's good enough, right? Fuck.
RPGs.
I love my
And
Kinect.
then Kinect, yeah.
I love my Kinect.
Yeah, I do. I said it before. I do miss talking to my Xbox. Like every single fucking day I walk into my house and I say Xbox.
Don't say it.
Nothing happens.
You've got valuable art, and then you have something you can win in a Taco Bell sweepstakes.
So I'll take the sweepstakes, right? How much Taco Bell do you think I have to buy?
It took me my first try, and I got the Kinect.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, but I couldn't buy the Xbox.
I didn't get the Kinect. I didn't get the Kinect with the Xbox.
$50. $50 on $5 boxes trying to get the Xbox.
I know a kid, I may have mentioned this before, but a kid at my last job, a morning stalker, he got an Xbox and a PS4 by Taco Bell. He ate Taco Bell for 2 months straight, 3 meals a day.
I do that anyways.
Every single day. And he got a PS4 and he got an Xbox One.
The Xbox with the bell noise, just I want it so bad.
Like his death wish, it's going to be like, 3 months and 1 day later when he finally gets it in the mail, he's like, what's your dying wish? Turn on the Xbox. Plug it in. I just want to see it.
Just want to hear the noise.
I mean, you love Elder Scrolls, Sam. What do you
I
think?
really like it. I just wonder if it I don't know. I feel like Bethesda's kind of dropped the ball kind of a lot recently with some
that's true.
Bungie stuff with 76. I mean, that was, was that 2019 or so?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while, but I wonder if Microsoft could be like, Big Brother here and just be like, hey, freaking get your act together.
Well, I wondered, so Zenimax Media was the overarching... all of our studios are under Zenimax Media.
Right.
And they kind of called the shots still. Well, it wasn't a public company. It was still a privately owned business.
Yeah.
But people from Zenimax called the shots for what happened at Bethesda.
Okay.
So they still are beholden to making money. The fucking business still has to survive.
Yeah.
But with a parent like Microsoft...
You kind
You
of do
kind of don't need to make money. It don't really matter. Take as long as you need to make this game. And as long as Microsoft is on board with that, you're pretty much good.
Yeah.
So there are a couple reasons why timed exclusivity deals happen. And one of those reasons is we might not have the resources to dedicate to making this on all of the platforms anyways.
Yeah.
So if we can get a game maker or a console maker, be it the Epic Games Store, Steam, which doesn't really do exclusivity deals, PlayStation, Microsoft, Nintendo, if we can get one of those to give us an infusion of cash, we can make that version first. We'll focus on the Switch version. We'll focus on the PlayStation version. And then once that's out, we've got money coming in. And our game isn't coming out on the other platforms for another year anyways. We can spend that year while we're making money on that release, making it for the rest of the platforms. So money is a huge reason why those deals happen. Sometimes console makers go to game makers. Sometimes game makers go to console makers. But that could be a reason why the two Sony deals happened. Microsoft isn't doing timed exclusivity deals anymore. Sony is big about it right now. Fucking get Sony cash to make these games.
Yeah.
So with Microsoft owning Bethesda now, Zenimax, I bet that doesn't happen anymore. I bet they don't need any more fucking money to be making these games. I don't know.
Mama said we don't got to worry about money anymore, so
We're good.
I guess we're good. We'll
Yeah.
just, make art instead.
Yeah.
It is kind of like a civilization sort of thing. So when you're done making, when you don't have a problem with getting food or, hunting or foraging or shelter, like Maslow's hierarchy of needs sort of thing.
Right.
Finally, artisans started appearing and they actually start to make art. So maybe, if they're not under a time crunch or something like that, or the money just doesn't, stop flowing, maybe they could focus more on their art form rather than...
I'm glad you brought that up, Sam, because Fallout 76 was rife with bullshit.
Yeah.
You buy, I don't even know what the fucking currency is, but you buy
atoms.
the currency, atoms, that's what it is, thank you. You buy the atoms to buy all of the dumbass, DLC that they're putting out, all the little cosmetic items and all that bullshit. Do you think that stuff goes away after this?
I'm trying to think of any game.
I don't know that it'll necessarily go away in Fallout 76.
No,
but
but
do
you
you
mean,
think
in
does
future
it
games?
go away in future games? Gears has that shit though.
Yeah.
And Microsoft has owned Gears for a long time.
Well, I mean, maybe the opportunity cost. Do we keep adding BS in there and making people mad and losing money, or do we not put that in there, actually end up making money because people are buying our games and not giving them terrible, terrible reviews?
Okay.
I would see maybe in the pitch meeting, someone's like, "Hey, we should not like that guy that's going like this in the comics. You know, like maybe we shouldn't do DLC that's already built in the game and just release it." And then he gets thrown out the window or something.
Right.
But that guy's going to get slapped on the back and said, "You know what? Maybe we should get back to making games and let the other people handle like
let the money part ride."
Yeah.
I hope so. Like I hope when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, we don't get fucking Oblivion's horse armor. Like they Bethesda kind of invented microtransactions.
Yeah.
They're one of the first people to do that shit. Like $2.50 for horse armor for I'm going to buy a digital only item for my in-game horse. Like what? That doesn't make any sense. Why would I spend that?
You did it though.
And I don't know if I bought the horse armor. I got the Game of the Year edition that came with the horse armor.
Honestly, I coveted the horse armor. I really wanted that horse armor.
I didn't have internet then, so
yeah, I hope that kind of stuff goes away. And maybe they don't fix it. I don't know. It's in Gears.
Yeah.
It was in Halo. I don't know.
But are those as big as Elder Scrolls? Let's be honest.
I mean, probably not anymore. Like Halo's not as big of a thing as it was. Like Microsoft's best properties now belong to Bethesda. Like,
yes,
like their coolest games are Bethesda games. I'm excited for Fable. I want to play the next Halo. Like, Gears Tactics looks cool. I don't know.
That's all, though. Gears Tactics looks cool.
All right, yeah, like, that's like, I'm not,
yeah.
I don't know.
That's one of the funny things about when I was trying to pre-order my Xbox today. It still was like, Halo, you should pre-order. You should pre-order
Coming
Halo.
2021.
Trying to hype up Halo. Like, stick with Cyberpunk.
Right.
I don't sound exclusive, but just, come on.
I'm just really hoping I don't boot up Elder Scrolls 6 and it goes, the classic, "Who are you?" And you just look at your races and it says $2.99, $2.99. $2.99. And
One
then
of
the
them-
only one left is like Imperial.
Nordic.
Free.
No, there's Imperial and Spartan.
Can I get Daedric Xbox armor, though? Like some glowing ass emerald green Daedric armor for my character? I'm in. Like, I'm in for that.
That's all you got to do to sell Ryan.
Well, they know that. That's why this stuff is still in the games.
Like, shoot, we just spent billions of dollars. We could have just got him some green Daedric armor and he'll buy all our property. The whale gets bigger.
Yeah.
You've got, in the Agario thing, you've got Disney, Apple, and then you got, like, Ryan, but he's hungry over here.
He's feeding on the little guys, but he'll get up there.
I'll get up there. Going off the Xbox pre-orders, next bit of news here. The Xbox Series pre-orders go live, and the Xbox One X sales go up 747% on Amazon.
Yep, I bet so.
So
That's a lot of sad kids on Christmas.
we debated this pretty heavily on the pod. Would people be stupid enough? Would people not be stupid enough? Is it a shitty naming convention? We get it mixed up constantly when we're on the microphones and off the fucking microphones too. Like, should they have done a more distinctive name for the next generation of Xbox?
it's called the
and
Xbox.
I think the proof is in the pudding here. Xbox One X sales, which you can't even buy. If you go to Amazon and because I've looked into buying them, like, are they cheaper now? Can I buy another one?
Yeah.
Like, I would like to replace an Xbox in my house.
They discontinued them, right?
They discontinued them. They're not making them anymore. Third-party sellers are the only ones selling them, and still people bought 747% more Xbox One X's than they
It'll be
were.
here. It'll be here next week.
than they
What?
were previously.
Did it early,
They
Microsoft.
were previously buying on Amazon.
That's a lot of sad kids at Christmas.
For sure.
Explain it for all the grandmas that actually did this, and for me, who is a grandma. So the Xbox One X isn't the new one that
No,
came out.
Series X. Xbox Series X.
Yes.
And Xbox Series S.
That is the dumbest freaking thing.
There's a 1S
ever.
and a 1X, and there's a Series X, Series X, and a Series S.
No, Grandma, no.
Yes.
Guess
so,
who's getting COD Black Ops 1 for 2020 COD release? I got Cold
I
War
got
was
the new
the old
Black Ops.
one.
Wait, Ryan wouldn't even be mad though. He's be like, another Xbox? Whoa, I've got
No.
3 of them already.
for sure. I would take another Xbox One X for sure.
it's just
like I
not-
said, I need to replace one.
Yeah, not inferior though. Not an inferior one. That's for sure.
No, I don't need another launch Xbox. I'm trying to get rid of that one. I may end up taking it to GameSpot or Stop and selling it back to them for
wait to
$100.
say-
We have
Series X.
2 of them now.
Will 2 Xbox Ones make one Series X?
They'll give me $100
Yeah.
for the launch edition. Like, take $100 for sure. I don't know what it's worth in the third party market. Can't be much more than that.
Xbox One X?
No, it's just this original launch Xbox
Oh,
One.
never mind. I was gonna say, if it was
But
One X, I'd give you some money.
That one
Right.
is still sought after because of the Connect port.
True.
Actually,
True,
like
yeah.
people are looking for that one because they want the Connect port.
Yep.
Mine keeps overheating, so
Mine doesn't overheat. It just doesn't really play games very well.
yeah.
Mine plays them just like
I know
haven't
you
had
play for very
You
long.
got lucky.
I don't know. I haven't had an issue with any of that.
But like, I don't know what I would even like. I tried to pre-order an Xbox. You tried to do it, and you tried to do it. But like, what are you guys gonna play?
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to play Cyberpunk. That was literally the only thing.
All the games I own digitally on Xbox One, of
Right,
course.
just play it better.
Yeah, just play it better. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake from the original Xbox.
I'm in the position now where I might have to get Cyberpunk on my PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I want to play it on Xbox
wanna
and get those achievements, but like,
and you want to play it on a TV too. Like it's not one you play on a monitor.
correct.
I
Yeah, I
do
would
wanna
rather play it on
enjoy
a
the-
TV.
I can tell you from the experience that I had last week that it is a big adjustment to go from Xbox to PlayStation.
It is.
It is a
I was,
It
I
took
was
me-
playing PS4 the other day and I was like, what in the world?
it took me hours and hours of deaths on the alpha that we're going to talk about next time before I started getting kills. Like it's just different.
Or just because you're bad.
No, it's just. I mean, you know, it's that stick should be up.
Can you plug in your keyboard and mouse on PS4?
You can.
Why don't you just do that?
I can't play on keyboard and mouse.
Yeah,
Dude, I would have shred.
The WASD
Crazy.
thing is just funky.
I would have messed some kids up, dude. I would have been playing on my 65-inch TV, like looking like this
I mean, we can probably
on the floor.
We don't really have much more news to get to,
Dance
Troy.
Dance
The
Revolution
last
underneath you.
The last bit of news here, Xbox Design Lab is going to be closed. So Xbox Design Lab, for those of you that don't know, you can design your own Xbox controllers and have them etched in with your gamer tag. So fucking cool.
Mine would say, Mr. Give.
Well, they're trying to sell so many
Hashtag
Xbox.
1258.
Yeah, what the heck? So stupid.
Hey, they've started even like my original gamer tag. I now have a hashtag 0.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's so stupid. I have
don't-
that on, I think on Modern Warfare, mine's
Yeah.
hashtag 0.
Ow.
Deadeye 5123, hashtag 0.
Why hashtag? Well, just I don't need to see that.
Right.
You were the first one. Yeah.
So the Design Lab, you can design your own Xbox controllers. So you can swap out the thumbsticks, you can swap out the face buttons, all of
colors.
the individual components. Right. Yeah, just colors. You can customize all the individual plates, triggers, bumpers, all that stuff. Can be different colors. It's super cool. I got one for Kennedy for her birthday a few years ago with her gamer tag on it and like did it up in her favorite colors. And
Well, it's like I imagine it's because they're trying to make so many consoles right now that they're like stop screwing around, guys. What are you doing, art over there? Come on over here, stop scribbling. Like we have Xboxes to make. Get in line.
Very well could be. They could be
I think it's
converting
just 'cause-
capacity
yeah.
to, the next gen
But
stuff.
also converting to making new controllers.
Correct. So they said that they are closing to do an entire revamp of what they're doing.
Yeah.
So they'll be updating it with the next gen Xbox controllers, putting the next gen Xbox D-pads on there, making the share button on the new controllers so customizable with the share button and everything. So I assume they're just going to be updating it for the next line of controllers. I don't know, like I kind of don't like the way that controller looks, so I wonder if they'll leave the old one.
I actually no. I
the
mean,
new one. I don't know.
from what I've seen, like I didn't like it at first.
Yeah.
But that controller looks like super sleek. Like it doesn't look all. I don't know.
I mean, if they make it with a more unibody construction, I'm in.
Yes.
Because
That's what it looks
fucking
like.
47 pieces to that
looks-
controller.
It looks solid.
Yeah.
I think.
And right now, like I can literally take my current Xbox controllers and like twist them in my
Yeah.
hands and
Yes.
hear them creak.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe you should put less pieces in there.
I'm gonna chuck this at my TV.
Yeah. So let's jump to Call of Duty here. We got 10 minutes. Troy, can you do it in 10 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
No? If you can't, we can do it for next week. It's not a big deal.
I mean, I'd rather save it for next week.
Okay, all right.
Because I'm hoping that Phil gets to play the beta this weekend.
All right.
I think
Right.
it's this weekend or next weekend. Somewhere down the line, there's a beta coming that's still PS4 exclusive. So I'm hoping my buddy lets me borrow his PlayStation for just a little bit longer.
Right.
Because it's fun.
Cool.
It's really fun.
Okay, Troy says it's fun. That's our full review. All right, we're going to get out of here. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. This has been Crazy Train of Thought episode, whatever the fuck we're on, brought to you by the Idiot Savants. I have been your host, Ryan Wolf. Thank you, Troy, for being here.
I'm
Thank
here.
you, Sam. Thank you, Colin.
Yep.
And find us on Twitter at The Idiot Savants. You can email us, theidiotsavants@outlook.com. Go to our website, theidiotsavants.co. I got a bunch of old episodes loaded on there with some new art. We've got some of Sam's first episodes are now on the website. You
Oh,
can
really?
listen to them there.
Yo, episode 5?
Those are up there. I believe the unreleased episodes should be on the website that I pulled those down. They sound so terrible.
Bad. Yeah.
They're so bad. And if they're not on there, I'll have them on there.
They're
very
enjoyable to
soon.
listen to.
But I'm pretty sure the
favorite.
unreleased episodes are on there. Summertime Blues, I think, was episode 4.
It's a good song.
That was one that we pulled down.
10 was my favorite,
Yep.
I remember.
Yep.
Check it out on our
A
website.
lot of good stuff there. So we're going to get out of here. Like I said, have a good night.
Bye.
Or a good day or weekend, whatever you're doing. Driving your car, I don't know.
Or if you're on the moon, I guess just
listen to
sucks
me
be
talk to you. Smooth.
That's all, folks. What the fuck? Ooh, first time.
Crispy.
You want to see what I did to my hand? I'm going to show it to the listeners first.
Owie, how you do that? Was that from your job? Your
Put
new
2
job?
staples in it.
From your new job?
Yeah.
It's pretty metal.
Pretty metal, bro.
Or you sitting in study hall and
How did
you're
that
like,
feel? How did that feel?
It hurt.
Did it?
Yeah,
I don't think
felt,
it would.
It felt like a broken blood vessel, and I think as evidenced by the amount of blood underneath the
I think you're just a
holes.
wuss, dude.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's exactly the words I used.
He's just not used to manual labor anymore. That's what it is.
Weak boy.
Yep, because I'm not a man.